Hey guys, it's Jag. Welcome back to the arcade. Let's get back to just another game, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Last time, we did a little bit more exploring of the Cathedral, and we found some very interesting things. We came back to report to our custodian friend, but he's not here. However, when I was looking around between episodes, I found that I could examine this, which I think is a rope. Paul is nervous about ringing the bell, fearing his own capture. It is the custodian's task to ring the bell at appropriate times. Perhaps he will be by later to ring it? Sure, we'll ring it anyway. I mean, what else can we do? Ah, here we go. Hello, custodian friend.
Ah, Brother Luther, not a moment too soon. As you have noticed, dread things inhabit this place. Shambling corpses, and worse.
There is darkness at work here, in the midst of the Inquisition.
I suspect it is worse than that, but I have no proof. Brother Andrew knew this also, and paid the price for it.
Why are you telling me this?
Perhaps you can finish off what Andrew started. Take this key. It unlocks the old tower. It has been sealed off since the Inquisition arrived.
I intend to uncover the truth behind this.
If you manage to uncover the source of darkness, return here, and I will do everything I can to help. Till then, brother, may your faith protect you.
Alright, now we can unlock that door we ran into. So let's go exploring. With my 3 Firefly buddies. They will protect me along the way. Also, I will run into every wall possible. Okay. Backtracking. Still better than playing a fat American Revolutionary doctor. A fat, insane American Revolutionary doctor. I really like the architecture here. That was one thing that Silicon Knights did extremely well. I remember seeing when they released their first games for PlayStation 2, their first Soul Reaver games, there was a special in the PlayStation magazine that compared the architecture between the PlayStation 2 games and the PlayStation 1 games, and talking about how many more polygons were used and how gorgeous they were. They were really good at environments. Whoa! Well, I'm gonna throw up. Also, we should fight that. Crush him! Kill his bones! Begs the question, makes you wonder. Are all the monks in black taken over by bone thieves? That's a distinct possibility. I don't think he's got that many collaborators. Ah, yes. If you have the shield up, then it automatically blocks their attempt to burrow into you. Also, this should start looking very familiar. We've definitely been in this wing of the cathedral before. I would like for you to die very much. There we go. Alright. There's something else that we can do here, I think, and I'm going to save before we attempt it. Because this could go very poorly for us. We can fight a hidden boss, and it can be somewhat difficult. So let's just go ahead and save now. This, I don't think is required. I could be wrong. Does that sound familiar? Completely insane and still not asleep. In the sweet embrace of death. And this fight can be very hard for Paul, but it's worth it if you can take him down. And I think that I'm right about there being a corrosive effect, because you'll notice that he still has purple particle effects on him, even though I haven't hit him for a while. And typically, you don't get that with the other alignments. So I think there is a die. And he's coming back to life. This is a very long, tedious fight, and he's got a much better weapon than you. So you want to keep up the shield as much as possible. Because otherwise, he will kill you quickly. I remember hating this fight. And to be honest, my feelings toward it haven't changed. It's a good thing that Paul has a lot of magic. Because he needs it. Is he dead? He's dead. We'll give him his last rites. And we get a ruby. So that fight is required, but if you did the good deed and you saved the monk in his chapter, you get the two-edged sword in this chapter, which is a much better weapon than the mace we were using. Let's equip that and never look back. Okay, he's finally at peace. We gave him his last rites. We have done our duty as a Lutheran. Let's get out of here.
Help me, Grandpa. I can't take this anymore.
Don't be so weak, Alex. You have a stronger mind than this. I didn't bring up a weakling, not a scared wretch of a girl.
You kept all this from me. You kept me alone. You shared nothing with me.
I couldn't. I could never give you the burden. I just wanted you to grow up. To grow up and leave me alone. Why couldn't you have been killed with your parents?
Grandpa?
Is it really happening?
You're, kind of becoming an asshole here. Let's get out of here. Alright, we have a much better weapon. We have our third gem, but let's look around before we do that. Ooh, a spell. A scroll of aged paper sits on the dusty altar top. It seems to have been discarded. We finally can identify the shield spell that we've been using all along. So no longer will this be spell 7, it'll just be shield. Let's use shield. What's upstairs? Come on. There we go. Come on. What's wrong with you? The camera is kind of a bitch. Ah, bone thieves. I have a much better sword. I will enchant it with Mantarok for funsies. And you're about to get thrown right back off. I can't hit him. Refresh my shield. There he goes. Finish him. Beat him to death. Alright. What's this? Ah, another diary page. Lying on an abandoned easel is a sheet of tattered paper covered with scrawls of ink. Let's pick that up. I suppose it is understandable that they will not show me the hand of Jude on such little notice, but I must confess that the preparations they make are most unusual. No acts of consecration, no daily prayer or worship are demonstrated by this strange order. One wonders if they are holy at all, let alone being under the auspices of the Grand Inquisition. Perhaps it is my naivete of our faith. There are many practices associated with it, and they differ greatly from region to region. Perhaps Amiens is merely more eccentric than others. Perhaps. Or perhaps they're evil! A bewildering array of books and tomes sorted neatly onto a set of shelves. Mostly books of a religious nature awaiting scholars such as Paul to peruse their contents. Nothing there. Anything I care about here? Does not look like it. Alright. Well, I guess... Ooh, was that a shiny? Yes, that's a shiny. A sheet of music lies upon the bookshelf. One wonders what it sounds like. Sure. Let's pick that up. I think we can examine it too. A-B-Y-X-B-Y-A. I think this is what that says. I hope. A piece of parchment with some musical notations written on it. It is somewhat tattered, probably through years of use. Alright. Well, let's go play it. I don't think we can do anything else in here. We got a good weapon, we got the third gem that we need, and we got some music. Overall productive. The organ is over here? Yes. Okay. Check. A-B-Y-X-B-Y-A. Alright. Don't kill the organ. By means of bellows and pump, this pipe organ is able to play deeply moving music. It has the power to inspire faith and to influence hearts beyond the control of the mind. Yeah. Okay, good. A-B-Y-X-B-Y-A. That looks like a thing we very much want. The tabernacle is almost empty. There are none of the things that should be there, such as holy water and other ritualistic items. Only a circle of power lying on the lower shelf. We now have the ability to cast 5-point spells. But we don't have the right runes to cast 5-point spells. Paul has acquired a 5-point circle of power. Now each of the 3-point spells can be powered up by using the power rune. We don't have the power rune. That is the one rune that we're missing. So we can't do anything with that yet. But 5-point spells are debatably useful. They take more magic to cast, they have stronger effects, and they take longer to cast as well. So you'll still be using 3-point spells when you're low on magic, or if you just need a quick effect, because the more runes you cast, the longer you have to stay still, or you'll cancel the spell. Now, with a 5-point circle of power, though, we can do things like summon more fireflies so our shield takes more hits, and we can actually summon a stronger creature. The power of the creature that you can summon depends on the power of the spell that you use, so we can actually summon something besides a trapper if we had the power rune. Anyways, we will be enjoying that later on after we get the power rune. Let's go ahead and slot these gems. One at a time. There's power, there's wisdom, and courage goes in the top, as it should. Fight me. This is the appropriate Triforce. Time to delve further and deeper in. Let's go ahead and refresh our shield. I don't think it has a duration, but might as well while we're here. Alright. Finish him. Oh, kill the beta zombie. Kill beta zombie. Kill daddy zombie. Alright. We have successfully murdered the 3 bears. The other one already disappeared. Damn. That's okay. I'm pretty good on sanity. Paul's sanity does not drain very fast at all. Like, we haven't seen that many sanity effects, really. We might start seeing them now. Ah! I see a thing that we're going to enjoy. Look at that. That sword is so good. And we have our last magical rune. This is our power rune, obviously, so now we can use 5-point spells. And I will demonstrate that as soon as I finish off everyone here. Check this out, by the way. This statue looks familiar, doesn't it? Alright, let's look at a 5-point spell now that we can do that, and I'll show you how to cast one. We want to... You're going to have to start discovering spells again. Chaturga. Protect. Let's do self. Self. There it is. Now, that is how you fill in a 3-point rune, or a 3-point spell. Now, we need to add... Oh, hang on a second. That's interesting. There we go. Okay. I just wasn't going far enough. Alright, let's go back, put the self. Now, as I said, this is how you fill in a 3-point spell. For the remaining slots, you need to put in power runes. You will rediscover the shield spell as a 5-point spell, and we will go ahead and assign that. Spell list. It will be listed under the same area, but now we have the option to assign it as a 5-point. Let's do that like that. And generally that's as high as I use my shield spell, unless I'm going against something very strong. Having more than 5 hits is kind of a waste of magic when you can just recast it fairly quickly. But 5-hit shield for Paul will be very useful. Let's open the door. Alright. I hear zombos. Hello, Zombo. Jim. Oh! So the red one won, Chaturga Zombie won, or Chaturga Horror won, to the surprise of no one. Let's see how much damage we got. hopefully Xel'lotath hurt it quite a bit. Ooh, speaking of hurt quite a bit, we are hurt quite a bit. Let's go outside and recast that 5-point shield spell. There we go. Should help. There we go. Much better. That was frightening. And now we need to recover. Die! Die! You don't belong in this world. The one time that I can say this, and it's true. More crossbow bolts. Kinda was hoping for something more exciting than that. Ooh. An effigy of a monk reclining on a sacrificial altar. A deep groove bisects its chest. The monk's face looks almost exactly like the custodian. The inscription reads, "Only when thy friend is sacrificed, when his cries fill the air, will the great doors be open to thee." Oh, that's, I don't care for that. At all. The door is locked. Well, we can't go any further this way. We can't go this way. We can run immediately into zombies, chop them in half. There we go. Not a thing. The sword is so good, especially with magic. Remember when I told you that this game gets harder? It really does. But the preparations we've done up till now will really help us out. They're paying dividends. This is gonna be close. That's how long a 5-point spell can take. And yes, you can cast a higher spell than that, and it takes even longer. So, don't discount 3-point spells just because they're weaker. Sometimes that's what you want. They're faster. Let's kill this guy. While that guy dies to poison or corrosion or rot, whatever you want to call it. Probably a combination of everything that I just said. And now we'll finish him off. Oh, he regrew his head. Damn Chaturka zombies. Defying zombie logic. Let's go ahead and re-enchant. And I think that we're going to call it an episode there, guys. Thanks for coming out and joining me today. These chapters are getting very long, especially compared to the first half of the game. So, next time I'm not going to make any promises, but we will at least progress further into Paul's story. Hope to see you then. Thanks for coming out, and y'all have a great day. Later.